Hey everybody, it's the Made Man Killer B. Goddamn faded witch finder general. So if you got a witch, I'll burn their asses up. We're gonna do a little video tonight. Do a stream and stuff. A little vacation. I was going for a whole goddamn week. So I'm gonna talk about Andrew Brown Jr. I didn't get a chance to see the whole. I heard the body cam footage was released. I think it was today, yesterday. Um, I haven't watched the whole thing. I just watched like the first like couple of seconds of it. I never got around to watching it. So I wanted to do the show on that tonight, and I was on the phone and shit earlier and shit. So like, I don't know. I didn't have time to prepare. So I didn't share this thing or nothing. I see one person in here. Yeah, I didn't share this at all. Anybody can be watching me. And I don't know. We're just gonna look at a couple of videos and see where this motherfucker takes. Hopefully, I get it. I don't know. Y'all get something out of my reaction to the video. Whatever it's gonna turn. All right. And I did the video on what was his name? He was another Brown, Isaiah Brown, I believe his name. Sorry if I'm mistaken. Um, the homosexual guy that was killed by a cop that just dropped him off. I still haven't heard any protests. If any of you guys know about any protests for Isaiah Brown, let me know. Right? Which I doubt. It's in the same state. Somehow people want to ride and protest and stuff for this guy. Right? I heard it was a search warrant, a narcotics search warrant. Right? So I don't know. See how this thing goes. Greatest guy in the world. I don't even know anything about what happened. Ah, shit. Hey, how you doing? Oh, right on. That'd be cool. Wow. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be stupid. Horses and shit. Yeah. All right, come on.
Now, team coverage continues on this latest development in the shooting of Andrew Brown Jr. Supporters of Brown were out in the parking lot chanting during the news conference. Many of your side's Chris Horn has reaction to the decision that Brown's killing was justified.
Reaction here was angry this afternoon, right after the 11 o'clock DA's press conference started. People want to know why such a show of force was needed when they were serving the warrant. And also, they want to see the entire video. While the district is
Nope. It's not wrong. All right, my bad, y'all. My shit was tripping. Ann Ferguson. How you doing, Ann Ferguson? Well, I'm glad I got my ghetto internet out of the way early tonight. So let's get back to this thing. It'll probably happen. It started happening a lot at the end of the show last night. No, it's a solution to it. I don't know. Solution besides getting better internet. Yeah, let's off this lady right here. I don't know what's up with her. Mustard, cute. I don't know. Let's go.
Brown supporters say,
I think that's the nigga, yo. I don't know. My bad, lady. If I'm wrong, bad. I'm not saying.
Brown supporters say for non-violent offense
and for the release the footage, the judge got to do that shit, and not like police. Like the judge got to sign it.
The State Bureau of Investigation concluded that Brown posed a deadly threat to officers by putting his car in gear.
We saw different. And that's the reason why a grand jury should have been convened or outside prosecutor should have been. So that
white man say stop. Why you know damn stop? Rebellion. It's rebellion. Why man say stop? Stop. God damn, man. What the fuck is wrong with us, man? You got that motherfucker got out the back of the motherfucking truck with that big ass assault rifle. And you would be there, I'm just gonna drive off. Boom, white man.
you have no biases.
Protests on the shooting began before ago, but organizers say days about change.
27 days, and yes, we feel we won't protests come forth.
And Rivers, regardless of what shape protests take moving forward, this message is one of nonviolence.
Shut up. Shut up.
City Chris.
All right, let me see if I can find one with audio and shit. Which was all art. Fuck now. You guys hear me? I mean, watch it. I'm watching. Always got to do it. There. What's going on, guys? All right, I'm back. Damn, 7 niggas up in here and shit. And I wasn't in here. Y'all's having some kind of party and shit without me. Damn. All right, let me get back on this motherfucking shit. Man. Hopefully my shit's straight. I fuck around and pull the plug out my computer and shit by accident. That was some bullshit. Yeah, we're gonna check it. Take another look at this thing. This is it right here.
The total length of officer involvement with Mr. Brown from the time they exited the vehicle until Mr. Brown was removed from the vehicle is 44 seconds.
Was there a shot before all of those shots? Y'all heard that loud noise? I wonder if that was the first gunshot. Like when he first put that motherfucker in drive or whatever. People don't understand, like, your car is a fucking weapon. These motherfuckers gonna kill your motherfucking ass. That shit crazy. I don't know what y'all think. All I got to say is, really, he's a stupid motherfucker. That's some stupid shit. Do I got to my fucking thing on? Nope. Said I think that's a man. Rebellion. Rebellion. White man say stop. Why you no damn stop? It's rebellion, I tell you. It's rebellion. Man say stop. Why you no damn stop? That shit is crazy. Like, goddamn, like, damn, dog, like, you just wasted your life. But he probably was going to jail for a long ass time. That could have been it too. He like, fuck it, I'm gonna try to get away. Maybe these crackers won't shoot my ass tonight. Maybe that one was on his mind. I don't know if I'll be rolling the dice like that with all them motherfucking guns. God damn, that shit crazy. Yup, it was the red light. Ian Ferguson said he was tired of breathing. Must be. He must be was. Must be was. And it's crazy that the city is doing all this shit for a criminal. Like, don't say, okay, you guilty, you're innocent until proven guilty. Yeah. But like, well, goddamn, nigga. Of those niggas out there protesting, out of all the people in the whole United States, they would know that man was in the wrong. They know that man, he wasn't no pillar of the community. He was no pillar of the community. He might have did a cookout for the kids every summer. He might have. That nigga might have gave out a few turkeys or helped out at the church, handing out Thanksgiving dinners. He might have done that. But on the other hand, he was destroying the goddamn community. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can measure that how y'all want to measure it. You can measure it however you want to. You want to say he was doing more good than bad? You say he was doing more bad than good. But either way, for his actions, that was caught up to him. So he might have threw a party for all the kids and shit at a bouncing house and all that bullshit yesterday, right? But he knew them boys was coming, where he was selling them things and shit too. So you get the community liking you for having a bouncy house and shit, and kids making hot dogs and shit for the kids. Know what I'm saying? And then now the community also knew you were doing other shit. Right? Some people uphold the neighborhood Like the main problem, a lot of people give the person that's the main problem. No, I'm saying the props more than the motherfuckers that deserve the shit. He was rushing to be child support. Yo, he's stupid. Nah, son, you have to go. That bitch gonna lock me up. Like, fuck that. I ain't got time for this shit. This bitch gonna lock me up. Pay the child support. Niggas is crazy. Yeah, like, but still, like, those money, you see how they get out that truck and shit, they dead fucking serious. That's like that looked like the NFL team about to go run into the stadium and shit for the motherfucking for the goddamn Super Bowl. That's the face that the motherfuckers had. Like, they're not fucking playing with you. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that he had to die, but if I'm rolling in a car with a nigga that does stuff like this, I need to know. That's true. You don't get up in everybody's car and shit. You don't know the fuck they got up in that motherfucker. Your ass will go down too. Might be sitting right under the motherfucker. Who knows? Yup. Brainstorm says, yup. Pick your martyrs wisely. I don't stand behind bull coonery. Bull cornery. Yup. That shit crazy, yo. These motherfuckers is nuts. I don't know what the fuck was on his mind. Like that ride or die shit ain't for everybody, yo. And you know what? A lot of these motherfuckers shit, I died for mine shit. I'm doing this shit for my kids and all that shit. Like, know what I'm saying? Well, you can run for the police, let them shoot you, and then you can try to sue. You might can get some more money. Because usually the shit that you put in and you get from that shit, you end up giving it right back to the motherfuckers. Know what I'm saying? This shit. That's what most of these niggas should do. That'd be a better chance. That'd be an easier thing for them to do. Know what I mean? Make some case, get some case going for themselves and shit, right? For the motherfuckers to come, and then when they come, you try to trap them up and like doing something wrong when they kill your ass. So now that you're dead and they fucked up, they're gonna give your family like $25 million. Know what I'm saying? So if you want to help your family, you can do that. You can roll the dice, nigga. You can roll the dice. Or you can do what you're doing and fucking crap out and fucking all that shit you work for going back to them people and you go to jail and shit. And the family gonna starve and all that bullshit. So it's easy just to die by police. Nigga. Help the family out. You know what I'm saying? So they don't have to do what you do. That's simple. I don't know if it's that simple, but shit. I wouldn't want to be in that. Like you could do that shit in a McDonald's drive-thru, but like a getaway car type shit. Shit, fuck nah. Yeah, right? Yeah, motherfuckers is crazy, yo. This shit is crazy. And we out here, yo, I want to see some more protests videos. That's what I want to see. Fuck the goddamn body cam. I want to see the protest. I want to hear what the people got to say. You know that shit. You already see what we just went through before earlier. What we was dealing with. That like what made her buy a guy? I ain't no woman to go buy a woman shit and whatnot. But what would make a woman want to buy a puke yellow motherfucking bio-colored motherfucking wig and shit? That shit crazy. All these niggas tearing up shit. I want to see niggas tear up shit. Tear it up, niggas. Tear it up. Tear it up, niggas. Tear it up. Oh, got the funeral and shit. Yo, all these niggas is getting them gold and silver caskets. I be seeing this shit. They go, old girl again. Listen to what the fuck she got to say. Old dude, whatever. One of them two. Now, motherfucker say, nah, let me shut up. Let me shut up, y'all. Get myself in trouble. Let me shut the fuck up. Well, goddamn, you gonna play, motherfucker? Look at that fucking buffering bullshit. Oh, Lord, my dick. Might help. Might. Come on, motherfucker. God damn. You gonna play or what? I don't know what the fuck that is. That's stupid. All right. Oh, there you go. That's fucking ridiculous. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what to tell y'all. I know my shit be fucking up. My shit don't be fucking up like this. So it makes no sense. Fix it. Oh, there you go. Oh, we're back to the fucking other shit. Okay. How we lose her? I ain't crazy. You just went back. Yeah. Oh, this is what? I thought they released the shit today or yesterday.
Plans inevitably change. With Roadmaps and Jira software, quickly adapt and adjust to changing priorities. Staying in sync.
There's been a spotlight on Elizabeth City for weeks since the death of Brown. Hundreds of people have marched the streets, chanting for more transparency. A large crowd had gathered outside the Pasquotank County Sheriff's Office today. Like the Brown family, many are demanding answers in his death. 10 on your side, Tamara Scott picks up our coverage there. Tamara?
I'm here at the Pasquotank County Sheriff's Office, where just moments ago, the big, large crowd that has been here all day made their way down the street protesting, and we actually saw a few squad cars follow in behind them. Now, they had been here all day. Take a look at this video here from when the family first went into the sheriff's office. They spent about 2 hours in there, and then when they did reemerge and address the community here, they said some things that we're hearing from the protesters.
So the family went to see it first, and I guess it was released to the public afterwards. I think that's how it
here that they found disturbing, hearing about the shots that were fired at Brown, at his car, and at him, and how he was treated thereafter. The protesters here during the day and through that were in full support of what the family was asking when they're calling for justice and calling for more of that tape to be released, especially to the public. We did speak with one woman after she heard everything that happened, and she says they are just still fighting for justice. It's why they continue to see them on the street right now.
Fighting for justice? You should be fighting for a job so your ass don't have to be out there in the street.
Now,
we want answers. So if you give us answers, we can stop and we can go home and, wait for due process. Until then, we're going to keep protesting.
I'm about to go home and do push-ups. That bitch look like she do like fucking about 150 push-ups.
We're peaceful. All we can do is pray about it and see what the Lord brings ahead. We can't, we're peaceful people. We ain't going to go out here and, act like a fool. We're not going to do that. We're just going to have to wait and see what due process would do.
Who the fuck she thinks I dream of genie or some bullshit? I don't know what's it up with old girl and shit, old boy. Let me stop.
Now, I'll have a full story of the press conference and everything that happened today.
Female. Right there, too.
Including sound from the protesters here about what they heard and what they felt after hearing that. I'll have all that for you coming up later tonight on Wavy TV. But for now, in Elizabeth City, Tamara Scott, 10 on your side.
Tamara,
want to see niggas act up. I want to see. Ready for unrest. It is Al Zura, fucking Muslim. They're gonna tell you what the niggas are doing.
As protests over the police killing of Andrew Brown Jr. continue, his family members were allowed to watch a snippet of police body camera video showing Brown being shot repeatedly. They were outraged by what they saw.
My dad got executed just by trying to save his own life. You know, he was not in the officers was not in no harm of him at all. It's just messed up how this happened, man.
Say he was trying to save his own life. How you save your own life? When a white man tells you stop. You dumb stop. When a white man tells you stop, you stop. Fuck wrong with y'all niggas.
Brown was killed on April 21st.
So his son, now if his son act like that, then you already know what the shit was with the dad.
My dad got executed just by trying to.
Got executed. Nah, look, that was the good Lord turned me off and shit. Hold on, y'all. Got the good Lord executed. I was about to play your video, Josh. I just saw. All right, I'm back. Shit, this is the struggle stream of the century right here. Nah, I had worse days. What up, Josh? I saw you just threw up a video. I'm about to play that. Oh, no, you say you commented on it? Wait, Man and Y'all Classic. Is that a new song or something you did, son? I don't know. I didn't click on it. I just saw it popped up. I thought it was a new video you put up. So, what up? What's it? Grouch. Is that? And first said the lady has the grouch from Sesame Street on her head. Oh shit. Yo, if anybody says that 2 Chainz? It's about Andrew Brown Jr. They released the body cam footage of what happened. But basically, he got in his car, he was in his car, or got in his car, rather, and the cops, the white man said stop, and guess what? He didn't damn stop. And they lit his motherfucking ass up. He gonna put the car in drive, reverse, and try to pull up out of there with all the motherfucking cops. And they shot the shit out of his motherfucking ass. Stupid. And they talking about it was for a non-violent drug offense and shit. No, nigga. When motherfuckers got drugs, nigga, they coming. Nigga, like motherfuckers, niggas, when you find drugs, you usually find guns. That's your 9 out of 10 chance you finding guns along with the drugs. So these niggas supposed to just take a chance that a nigga might not have a gun. You stupid. You gotta be dumb as all motherfucking hell. You gotta be the fool of the goddamn century. I'm just gonna count on these niggas doing right. I'm just gonna go on here and knock on the door and ask them if they're home and shit. The fuck wrong with these niggas, man? Motherfuckers out their motherfucking mind. Like if they were to go, if you take any one of them random niggas that's protesting and have them do the job that they do, them niggas, yo, you ain't got no more guns. You got a bigger gun than this? Nah, niggas, that's what we gotta use. We gotta use that pistol right there. I can't have no motherfucking AR-15. Nah, nigga, you got that pistol right there. But them niggas probably got hand grenades and shit. Hey, nigga, this is the job. This is what you sign up for, buddy. This is what you sign up for. That's what they're gonna say. This is what you signed up for. Now get your ass on out there. That little ass pistol and shit, probably like 7 shots to that motherfucker. And you gotta go up in this house where this nigga probably got AKs, Mac 10s, 9 Mac 10s. The shit never ends. How that shit go? I got some shit. 10 Mac 10s, 10 Mac 10s, 9, some bullshit. 9, 8 Mac 10s. The shit never ends. Never stop the bitches. Even if you had MC Hammer and the 357 bitches. That was a bad motherfucker though, yo. He said, I don't care. You can never stop my riches, even if you had MC Hammer and the 357 bitches. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Biggie was no joke. Josh said it's a damn shame. Look at this shit up here. Yup, it's a damn shame. We should know by now if you weren't doing anything wrong, then to fight the urge to make a stupid sudden move is fucking losing choice. Yeah, they be bugging. Like, that's just stupid. Yo, these niggas might kill, these crackers might kill me and shit. But put this motherfucker in drive and shit, nigga, I can get away. The motherfuckers try to run for the border and shit, like they ain't a motherfucking movie. Like they gonna live to tell that story and shit. Yo, nigga, you know what I mean? But I know an old dude I want to bring up out here. He beat a case with shooting at a state trooper. This is back in I think the 60s or some shit. They might have been the 50s. He got into some shit. He was pulled over, and the cop got nervous of him and shit, and grabbed his gun. And I think he tried to grab the gun from the cop, and the cop shot. He got shot like twice or something, and he shot the cop, I think too. He shot a whole bunch of motherfuckers on the highway because him and the cop was wrestling with the gun. Oh, there were some cops that wanted to interview him too. About that shit, like how he got away with it, so they could, you know what I'm saying, they put that shit in their training, how to deal with certain situations and shit. Oh, yeah, I want to have him up on here. He was related to the black artist that I did the video on. You guys can find that. I think it's in the lesson section in the playlist. Yeah, he just died too. I'm supposed to do a video about that, man. He passed away. I was gonna go to his house too. I never got a chance to. That's my boy's uncle. White cop with body cams are nothing more than black ops in real life. Just like the movie Game. I didn't watch that. That's a good movie. I was gonna watch that. I was gonna watch it. Crazy thing is, all he had to do was stop. I bet being processed would not be the worst that the alternative he chose. Yeah, you got that right, because this lights out. There ain't no coming back. You ain't coming home. You ain't getting no commissary. You ain't getting nothing. You ain't getting shit. You ain't getting nothing but a hole and rock and worms and inherent worms. That's it. Oh, I said I had times when I saw the setup. Just went to play it cool mode. Yeah. I got arrested for graffiti one time in this building. I'm in there with some white boys and shit. The cops came up on there and all the guns was on me. It wasn't on, they were standing next to me, but all the guns were pointing at me. Yup. They could have did anything to me. But you know, I'm with the white boys and shit. So like, they was like the little motherfuckers might tell and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yup. Fucking abandoned building and shit. I was like, what? I just turned 18. Like by like days, I believe. So I got myself out. And my parents didn't know nothing about it. So it's crazy. Niggas be playing Duck Duck Goose with the cop. Yeah, Bray. So it boils down to recognizing what you can get away with. Some stay one step ahead, others don't, and make stupid moves. One decision away from the clink. Oh. And none of these people protesting can say like, oh, if you didn't break the law, these niggas wouldn't be looking for a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because these niggas that go their whole life, they don't have to experience no shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit ain't hard to avoid. For most people, some people, shit, they can't stay away from shit. This nigga right here, I thought this was like, you know who I thought this was? Ahmaud Arbery and shit. He kind of looked like Ahmaud Arbery. Nah, I'm lying. Who Who remember the other dude in California or Seattle that got killed by the cops? And he had a crazy brother. His brother wasn't all there in his head. And his brother was like basically leading the protests for his brother. And he went to the city council meeting, and that nigga was standing up on top of the desks and shit up in that motherfucker. Y'all know what I'm talking about? They caught him going in the store with a stack full of money, like having the money phone and shit. I forgot that dude's name. He was crazy. I would like to know what he's doing now.
Save his own life. You know, he was not
a snippet of police body camera video showing Brown being shot repeatedly. They were outraged by what they saw.
My dad got executed just by trying to save his own life. You know, he was not in the officers was not in no harm of him at all.
He about to say he wasn't in no wrong. Y'all caught that shit? Y'all caught that?
Dad got executed.
Executed.
Just by trying to save his own life. You know, he was not in the officers.
So y'all caught that? He was not in no wrong. Yeah, yes, he was, nigga. He stopped that shit. I wonder if anybody, the people around him, flinched when he said that.
Just by trying to save his own life. You know, he was not in the officers was not in.
That nigga was like, oh, nigga.
No harm of him at all.
That's sad. My condolences to those people, though. Like, seriously. But, like, yo, he played stupid game, won stupid prizes. They know that with that nigga was in the streets. They know he was in the street. I said the streets. Know that nigga was in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So, shit, what the fuck they expect? Like, they know that day was coming and shit. It's either that or the other one. Like, you know what I mean? This shit crazy.
It's just messed up how this happened, man.
Brown.
He's messed up. He's messed up.
Brown was killed on April 20.
So what if you would have hit one of them niggas with the car? So what? They got a gun. So what? He hit one of them with the car. He was trying to save his life, nigga.
First in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, by police serving a drug-related arrest warrant. The killing sparked days of protests. His relatives and their attorneys.
Why? Like, my reaction to all these videos, you can just like cut it all out and just put it on the next shooting and shit, and it'll be the same shit. That should have matched right with it. That shit crazy, yo. That shit bug the fuck out.
Say Brown posed no threat.
White girls and shit.
His relatives and their attorneys say Brown posed no threat to officers.
And that's deep too, because this is North Carolina. You think in the southern states, white people wouldn't be trying to do none of this shit. Because a lot of those white people are in the same economic bracket as those black people. You know what I'm saying? They probably got just as many black poor people or just as many white poor people living amongst each other and shit. And then you got another area and shit where, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people a little more well off and shit. And they probably split up a little bit. You probably don't hear nothing from them coming down there and protest.
As he tried to leave the scene in his vehicle.
Andrew had his hands.
The little white girls is probably buying shit from that nigga.
Hands on his steering wheel. He was not reaching for anything. He wasn't touching anything. He wasn't throwing anything around. He had his hands firmly on the steering wheel.
Yeah, to drive through the motherfucking crackers. Look at this bitch. I hear all up like she the goddamn the motherfucking what was the name of that shit? I forgot. She lucky I can't remember the name of that shit.
Well, they run up to his vehicle shooting.
7 deputies.
Yo, them niggas need to stop. He run right up to there and shoot him. Why he know damn stop then? Why he know damn stop? White man say stop. Why you know stop?
Deputies have been placed on leave. Brown's family and protesters demand authorities release the full body camera videos from several officers.
Why couldn't the family see all the video? The truth will come out. The video will be the public. And we will get justice for Andrew Brown Jr.
The Biden administration is under political pressure to make good on the president's pledges to pursue police reform and end racial disparities. It announced on Monday that it would conduct a sweeping investigation of the police department and local government in Louisville, Kentucky, following the police shooting of Breonna Taylor, a black woman, in her home there last year.
And for Chris Harris, bitch ass, I ain't never said nothing about that woman. Not in no video. You show me a video, I talk about that woman besides this one. That nigga lie to people said I said I'm glad she died and shit. And said, that don't even sound like me, nigga. I give a reason, motherfucker, if I would have said that shit. I ain't never said that shit. I talk about George Floyd like a dog. Fucking, I ain't seen shit about that woman. I don't even know what the fuck happened with her. I know she was driving around with some dead motherfuckers in the trunk.
Year.
It will determine whether LMPD engages in unconstitutional stops, searches, and seizures, as well as whether the department unlawfully executes search warrants on private homes. It will also assess whether LMPD engages in discriminatory conduct on the basis of race.
In the days since former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin was convicted of murdering George Floyd 11 months ago, police around the U.S. have...
That motherfucker's like, all right, yeah, I killed that nigga. I killed that nigga. I gotta go to jail. He was a hard motherfucker, that Derek Chauvin. He was a hard motherfucker right there, boy. That nigga didn't say, oh, Lord. He didn't say none of that shit. He didn't say none of that motherfucking shit. He was like, oh, that nigga was just like, all right, okay. That nigga got up with his hand behind his back and shit. Y'all got to learn about some example from Derek Chauvin. He show you how to get arrested. You see how the motherfucker, no resistance. A nigga would have tried to run out the courtroom and everything and shit. Hell no. Hell no. I ain't even do nothing. I ain't even do nothing.
Shot and killed at least half a dozen people, leading to more nationwide crime.
Right, let's see more of the nigga news and shit. Coming in at 112 and shit. We got the nigga news. Let's see what else we got here. Protests after decision on Andrew Brown shooting. Now, oh yeah, we gotta see this and shit. Cart niggas away.
Plans inevitably change. With roadmaps and Jira software, quickly adapt and adjust to changing priorities. Staying in sync has never been easier.
That bitch don't know nothing about none of that shit she talking about. I guarantee you. If you do, make me a fool and shit. Watch this video and hit me up. I'll put you on the air. You can cuss me out. I'll shut the fuck up. I'll let you do the whole show.
What's your name? What's your name?
Kunta Kinte. No, sir, let me stop you. That motherfucker said, "Man, that's a dude." She said, "Man, right?" It might be a woman. I don't know. Look. Derek Chauvin about to do a zillion years and shit in prison, and that nigga got up like a regular person and shit. And what this nigga doing? He trying to get away.
We can do that. I mean, are you done?
Why are you
listening to sports right now? They're in our talking about
it's rebellion. They gonna put this shit up out here and got no goddamn sound. Dumb shit is that. That motherfucker gonna do like the last fucking 40 seconds of that motherfucker with no goddamn sound. We arrested some old niggas. Let's see this. Come on, damn it. We got all night for your motherfucking ass. Shit. I'm gonna see what that fat black dude got to say. Shit, that motherfucker look like he just finished a Big Mac, large fries, apple pie, and a shake.
Tensions remain high in Elizabeth City this morning, where several people were arrested after another night of protests.
Today, a judge might decide whether or not to release a body camera video that shows when Andrew Brown Jr. was shot and killed by law enforcement. CBS 17's Joseph Holloway live right now ahead of today's hearing. Joseph. Yeah, Bill, Randy, you know, our parent company, Nexstar, they are actually part of a media coalition that's asking for that body camera video to be released.
Big belly man. I know y'all looking at me like, no, nigga, you just as stupid as the niggas you talking about, motherfucker. We can't even see this shit. My bad, yo. I told you I was faded tonight. I don't give a fuck this shit. We'll go out on this motherfucker tonight. Oh, shit. You see all the weird niggas ain't around tonight, though. I love doing these things because the weird niggas don't come. Nah, the weird niggas do come around. I do these in the daytime. The weird niggas will be here and shit. But fuck you, Killer B, you a bitch. You gay, nigga. Deadly deputy involved shooting. Okay. But, nah, this ain't during the latest month. So, several arrests made. Okay. Wait back and see.
Protests.
Today, a judge might decide whether or not to release.
They're sitting there looking like the pie and shit. Big back.
It's a body camera video that shows when Andrew Brown Jr. was shot and killed by law enforcement. CBS 17's Joseph Holloway live right now ahead of today's hearing. Joseph.
Look. There's that big bag. You're like, yeah, boy, I'm ready to work now.
Bill, Randy, you know, our parent company, Nexstar, they are actually part of
damn, that strawberry shit.
A media coalition that's asking for that body camera video to be released. And a judge is going to hear that motion here in a few hours.
They should make a law where they don't have to show nobody shit. And let those motherfuckers in the trial or some bullshit. Gotta get showed. Motherfucker tear up the street to see some goddamn picture. They ain't got nothing to do with it.
Hours is going to be this morning at 10 o'clock. Meanwhile, in Elizabeth City, of course, that's where officers were dressed in riot gear as protesters took to the street for another night of demonstrations. You see them right here. Many of those protesters broke a newly from our sister station. That's worse. And one of the organizers says he wants to meet with police to hear coming up in the next half hour. We're also going to bring you a look at some new video.
They just cause that on themselves.
We're getting that shows the moments leading up to the shooting. For now,
but I saw some shit with Florida. Florida not playing that shit. You going down. If you do that riot bullshit, they is getting your ass. You going jail. They passed some new law in Florida. I should have did a show on it. But none of the motherfucking white folks was playing. Ain't none of them was playing. They were sitting there and shit. The motherfuckers had their uniforms on, their hand crossed and shit. The motherfuckers look dead ass serious. Like, y'all niggas fuck around and act up again. Come on now, you go act up again now. You go on ahead. Act up again, see what happens. I swear for God. I swear for God. Your niggas go out there and act up again. What was that shit? I was supposed to get a copy of that shit and say, you ain't coming down here messing with us good. This was good. He said, what's that, in Rosewood or some shit? He said, y'all ain't coming out here messing with our good niggas. Stirring up our good niggas.
We're live in Raleigh. Joseph Holloway, CBS 17 News.
I don't remember. I thought something might have had a part for that shit. I'll find that shit. They side of this shit. I don't do that shit. I don't know.
Tensions remain high in Elizabeth City this morning.
All right, what the niggas doing out here? Fuck Andrew Brown. Let's see what dumbass Isaiah Brown and shit. Isaiah Brown. I want to see if anybody protesting him. Any protests? No protests. Y'all remember I did this show? No protests. Where the niggas at? Look, ain't nobody trying to help that motherfucker. Y'all see that shit? Let me look at the chat. Y'all see that? Yo, Nagy, what up? I dropped the link up in here. I even forgetting to drop the link up. Y'all see that shit? Wait. Fuck, why y'all looking at that? Oh, yeah, I was scrolling through. Fuck Lord. Did y'all see that? No protests. Because he gay. That's the only reason. He did. The shit he did was just as stupid as the rest of these motherfuckers. And if anyone they should have been protesting would have been him. He had a cell phone, he had a house phone in his hand that the cop mistaked for a fucking gun. Niggas should be tearing up the motherfucking state. You don't see nothing. You don't see nothing. Right or wrong now. Cuss me out if I'm wrong. Cuss me the fuck out if I'm wrong. I'll take it. I won't say nothing. Damn. Shut up in here. Anybody else will come up with this one? Right here. Trying to put it right here. And there you go. There you go, come out here and turn up this shit. Don't trust the white man. He can come out here with a famous line and shit. Don't trust the white man. Yup. Oh, yo, I'm fucking bugged out tonight. But look, you don't see none of that shit. I'm scrolling through it. Who the fuck is that? Oh, that's Andrew Brown. As a sister of Savon, deputy shooter. Isaiah Brown shooter. Let's watch the body cam.
On to someone's working the right way.
Oh,
Show me your hands! Show me your hands!
I don't see it.
One at gunpoint. Show me your hands now! Show me your hands! Drop the gun! He's got a gun to his head. Drop the gun now! Stop walking towards me! Stop walking towards me! Stop! Stop! Shots fired, one down. Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Let go of the gun! 592 out, 5 shots fired. Suspect's laying down on the roadway. Show me your hands now! Show me your hands now!
592, are you 10-4 first service? Did he shoot himself or shoot discharge?
That motherfucker like, oh my God, you shot me. You shot me, oh my God. And he's still alive, he lived.
I'm 10-4, several gunshots to abdomen. Performing life-saving measures.
What up, nigga? See him right there in the bottom left?
Yeah, I see it.
Good shots, nigga. Y'all whole ass niggas, all motherfucking ex-cons and drug dealers and all types of shit, motherfucker. And y'all let this nigga right here, this sweet motherfucker right here and shit, fucking take all the motherfuckers. He caught one in the face and everything. He survived. He survived. So what you think about the rest of the show? You just came up in here.
Yeah, I just came up in. What's up?
Andrew Brown Jr. Body cam footage was released. The nigga had a narcotics warrant, right? The cops showed up there in the big fucking raid van and shit. When niggas on the back of the van, the motherfuckers got out like they was running on the field for the World Series. And the nigga was in the car, and they telling the nigga to stop, get the fuck out the car and all that shit. This nigga gonna put the car in fucking drive, nigga, and try to pull off on those motherfuckers. They lit his ass up. And they saying it was justified. They're like, fuck y'all niggas, it's justified. He drove his car towards police officers. He gotta go. Yup.
I mean, let me just put it this way. If it was someone like me that did that, I would still say the same thing. And you know what that is?
Common sense.
That is, na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye, you piece of junk.
Yup. Therefore, narcotics war and shit.
That's the ultimate thing, you know. They're there to pick you up for drugs because you're selling drugs.
Yup.
Go quietly. Drugs are not a big deal. Go quietly.
Yup. Homeboy tried to make the Great Escape and shit. Got lit up. They put him on the Great Space Coaster.
Yeah, he asked for that. I mean, he was asking for what he got, you know.
Yup. Straight to the spirit world. One-way ticket. Yup. That shit crazy.
And you know, I wonder what drugs he was selling to people. Did anyone die from them? Because if anyone died from his drugs, you know what that means? That means he got what he deserved.
Yup. According to the scriptures too.
Yep, pretty much.
Yup. But where the Hebrew Israelites be with that shit? They don't be nowhere around.
I don't know, because they're quiet, but you know, there are some that know how to show up. You know, they'll go to the protest and they'll be there yelling.
Yep. That would make me sick about these niggas. When the white man say stop, why you not down to stop? Rebellion. Yep. But white people, if I was white, I would turn the fuck up on niggas with this Isaiah Brown case. Because of anybody that deserved to kind of get protested, he was stupid as fuck. Because he was talking about guns, he might kill somebody and shit. But the nigga was walking in the middle of the street with a motherfucking house phone. Not a cell phone, a house phone. So when the last time you see a nigga outside with a house phone?
So you mean one of those cordless phones that they have? Yeah, so a cordless phone that, like, if it had a cord, it would be going all the way back into his house.
Yep. So the dispatcher, he was on the phone with the 911 when they killed him. And the lady asked him before, like, what the fuck is you doing outside? How you outside with your house phone? He's like, because I can. Like, this nigga was walking down the street. Because, you know, most people, you get out the house a little ways or whatever, that shit turned off. Some people got strong house phones and shit. I've seen motherfuckers out here who walk down the street and shit with their house phone and shit. That shit works. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that is kind of crazy, but you know what else is kind of crazy? Getting shot by the police.
Yep.
I can't imagine, you know, just so you know, if something ever happens to me and I get shot by the police, I deserved it.
You're going to tear up the streets, nigga.
Just know that if that happens, I did something really stupid.
Yup. Now listen to the instructions and shit. Listen to the instructions.
Show me your hand! Show me your hand!
Listen.
Show me your hand! Show me your hand!
Wanna go hiding behind his
Show me your hands now!
He hiding behind his phone.
Show me your hands! Drop the gun!
He's got a gun to his head.
Drop the gun now! Stop walking towards
Which is really a phone. And look how long this takes.
me! Stop walking towards me!
Stop walking towards me!
Shots fired, one down.
Show me your hand! Show me your hand!
Drop the gun! Drop the gun!
And them shits is hitting them just as quick as you hear that sound. That motherfucking shit hitting them. You can hear how that repercussion from that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So imagine them bullets hitting your ass and shit.
Your hands! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Let go of the gun!
Oh, he already shot.
The gun! Show me your hands! Show me your... Shots fired, shots fired. Stop! The gun now! Stop walking towards me! Stop walking towards me! Stop! Stop! Shots fired, one down. Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Let go of the gun! 592 out, 5 shots fired. Suspect's laying down the roadway.
He said he was walking in the middle of the road on the yellow line. That operator should have told that cop that he had a house phone. You know what I'm saying? I could see that motherfucker mistaking that, because when the last time you see somebody with a corded fucking phone to their head? Niggas got cell phones now. So you see that slender, and that shit look like a barrel. You hold it, he said he holding the gun to his head.
And you know what's crazy about that is this could have been prevented.
Yep. You know what's even crazier than that? This same cop just dropped him off at his house a few hours ago. A few hours before this, he got in an argument with his brother and called the cops. The cops gave him a ride home because his car broke down. If anything was foul play, I would have said that cop was doing something with that boy earlier. Or some shit. I don't know. That shit, because cops don't be giving motherfuckers ride home and some shit. Tow truck driver get a ride home. For the cops. Cops ain't giving you no ride home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, actually, the funny thing is, when I got hit by a car, I got a ride home by the police. But you know,
man,
that's the one time I've ever been in the back of a cop car.
That shit fucked you up? I could imagine that shit gotta be crazy.
I mean, no, it was weird though, because I was sitting back there, and you really can't sit properly.
Oh yeah. I used to drive a cab in the seats. There are old state trooper cars, so like the back seats was like mad crazy.
So like what you have to do is you almost have to like sit like on the seat long ways.
That shit squish you.
It's crazy. It's retarded. But yeah.
Because of the shield. That's basically the shield that make that space gap fucked up. It's the shield that's in the back. In between.
Yeah, but I just wanted to point that out because that's the one time I've ever been in that situation.
Oh. Damn, you got hit by a car. That shit got crazy.
Yeah. Some Indian was driving. He did a turn. You know how you turn at like a light, and you like, you know what kind of turn I'm referring to? Well, he plowed right into me, and I don't remember the details from that point, but I remember he picked me up, threw me in the back of his car, which was weird because when he picked me up, I was like, man, how did you just pick me up like that?
Wait, the Indian dude picked you up?
Yeah, the Indian dude got out of the car, picked me off the ground, threw me in his car like he was just, gonna, take me somewhere.
Yeah, he could have took you somewhere. He could have. I was about to say that.
It was crazy because that's what went through my head, through my shock and my,
Yeah. He might just take you, just dump you out.
It was crazy, but yeah, I wasn't hurt too bad. I mean, I was just shook up.
Oh my God, that shit crazy. I'll be like, hell, this motherfucking Indian nigga trying to kidnap
that. I mean, I very well could have, but the thing is, he took me to the hospital, which is the good thing. But the police didn't even consider the police blamed me initially. That's the crazy part.
Your ass wasn't in the crosswalk. You probably was in the fucked up way in the street. That's
Man,
how it is.
I had every right to be, crossing that street because the thing said walk and he was doing a turn, but he got off because he was a doctor.
Oh shit, yeah. So they sided with him no matter what. Like you be crazy to try to that's fucked up.
I just had to throw that out there because that was,
He might have been a stupid motherfucker, but he was smart enough to be a doctor and to take your ass to the hospital. He was smart enough for that. Like so, like you lucky you got hit by that motherfucker. If you get hit by anybody else, who knows? Out here, you get hit out here, they can keep driving. That happened like almost every week. You hear about that shit out here. You get hit by a car out here, they are not stopping, yo. They out. Ain't nobody got time for that shit out here.
Yeah, that's a funny reference. Ain't nobody got time for that.
I know a girl that said she got hit by a car. She said she was looking down at the goddamn light pole.
Wow.
Like in the ear, yeah. She said she was looking down at the motherfucking light pole. There was some car accident 2 years ago out here. Like the roof over the gas pump at the gas station.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Little thing that you driving so you don't get wet if it's raining and shit.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
A car jumped the curb and ended up on top of that motherfucker.
Oh man.
I don't know how the fuck that shit happened, but it did. A car hit that motherfucker and the shit flew up on top of that shit. That's like a good 30, 40 feet. It's some bullshit. That shit tall as a motherfucker.
Man, in GTA, that would actually be a feat. You would actually record that and put that on YouTube. You'd be like, man.
Yup. That shit was on top of the motherfucker. Yeah,
but this is just as crazy, man.
Oh, if I can find that shit. Oh, here, I think this is it right here. Let's see what I can find. That'd be dope. We got a picture of that. Shit, hurry up and load. Yeah, load up. But this dude right here, I want to hear what the parents say. I want to hear what the parents say about this. This is this, man. 3 weeks ago. Yeah, fuck. Come on, man. This is stupid. Hey, God damn it. Shit. That's weird, yo. I don't understand why that's happening.
We now turn to another police shooting also under investigation. This one in Spotsylvania County, Virginia. Isaiah Brown, no apparent relation to Andrew Brown, on whom we just reported, but this is an entirely different instance of yet another unarmed black man who was shot by law enforcement. Isaiah Brown is in intensive care tonight, shot 10 times by a deputy responding to a domestic incident, apparently mistaking a cordless house phone for a gun. The deputy-worn body camera footage and the 911 call have both been released. Take a listen.
Show me your hands now! Show me your hands! Drop the gun! He's got a gun to his head. Drop the gun now! Stop walking towards me! Stop walking towards me! Stop! Stop!
You hear that gunfire there. At the time, Brown was on the phone with a 911 dispatcher reporting an argument with his brother. And Brown is heard saying that he wants to kill his brother, but later telling the dispatcher that he did not have a gun. The deputy who fired those shots has been placed on administrative leave. Tonight, we bring in Isaiah Brown's sister, Yolanda Brown, and their family attorney, David Haynes. Thank you both so much for joining us. Ms. Brown, first, just want to get a sense from you how your brother's doing tonight, and if you can share what doctors are saying.
Actually, I just had to sign more paperwork. It looks like we have to have another procedure done tomorrow. Vital signs are still kind of up and down, and he's still on the breathing machine. And they're trying to slowly slow it down a little bit, but right now it's still seriously touch and go.
And he's in critical condition at this point.
And what's ill too, they got the lawyer right away. They ain't got that Crump dude. Why Crump didn't take this case? Crump's supposed to take this case too. This is the easiest case to win, better than the motherfucker.
It goes back and forth. One day it could be stable, the next day it's critical. The last 2 days has not been 2 good days.
And help us understand what was happening when your brother was shot. The deputy gave him a ride home, and then he was fighting with your brother when the deputy mistook a phone for a gun?
Yes.
Have you gotten any other details beyond
that? As far as they want.
She waiting for the lawyer to speak up. Like, well, speak up, white man. Shit, you been fucking up my money.
Really arguing. He was just trying to get him to calm down and trying to figure out, why were you calling the police back to get back to your car? And then that's when it just went completely different. It wasn't really a fight or argument between the brothers. It was just trying to get him to calm down and figure out maybe we can call somebody else to try to get back to the car, but it just didn't really work.
He said the car on the phone, he said the car was at the house. And she said, how you got the phone? He said it was wrong here.
Out that way before he got upset.
And Mr. Haynes, you talked about the failure in policing here. Walk us through what you think went wrong.
Well, there were a number of errors. I think one of the biggest things that stands out is there appears to have been a failure of communication between 911 dispatch and the deputy who was.
Absolutely. I said that. Absolutely. Absolutely. I swear the bus stopped running and the cops gave me a ride home. How can Ed Birdie said, how can a perch throw a cop to him? Oh, after you shot him, yeah. You still got to show them up in the hands. They put another one in your ass. What up, Shamian? Remember, he told the dispatcher he was going to kill his brother. Right, Ray? So he did say that. He heard that shit. I swear the bus stopped running. You was hot, nigga. You looking crazy. That cop didn't have to give you no ride home. Your ass should have walked. You the one that checked the goddamn schedule. Another way to drive black without getting shot. You can throw a pastor and wear a pastor. Hey, shit. Get a little collar or something in your ass and shit when you drive around. That's what it is, son. You see what this white man gonna say. Save the day, get the lady up.
Dispatched to the scene. Another unique fact of the case is that this deputy had given Mr. Brown a ride within the past hour from his car, so he had an opportunity to observe him, see that he was not violent, not agitated, and not armed. Also, what is unique...
Right, the cops are trained to observe the motherfuckers that they come in contact with. Observe them, like, get their whole shit. What kind of person you dealing with right now?
unique about the case is that, as you mentioned, he was on the phone with 911 at the time on a cordless phone, and he was unarmed. And so there were some communication issues. The deputy, I think, thought he was arriving to a different situation than what he was in fact arriving to. And we believe that there are serious failures on the part of dispatch, because they had over 90 seconds to really apprise him that Isaiah had said clearly he was unarmed and had no weapon. So those were issues. Once the deputy did arrive on scene, he was by himself. He basically escalated the situation. Unfortunately, instead of trying to de-escalate the situation, there were a number of things he could have done regarding light the scene better, wait for backup, and use the communication through the 911.
He was standing in front of his patrol car, right? And the guy was behind, Isaiah was behind the patrol car. That what it looked like. I know it looked like he shot behind the patrol car. It looked like he went to the front of the car to get cover, and the light was shining his direction. Because we couldn't even see the shit. But that was his body cam not pointed out.
911 operator, none of which he did, and he very quickly.
The operator should have said that nigga got a fucking phone in his fucking hand. But he said some shit about a gun. Cop to me, I don't know.
He made the assumption that the cordless.
I want to know why these niggas ain't tearing up the street for Isaiah Brown. That's why you don't fuck with niggas. Niggas is doing some shit, don't fuck with it. Right there. Stupid shit right there. The motherfuckers ain't honest and shit. That shit crazy. They tear up the street for these drug dealers, these motherfucking murderers and killers and shit. They tear the goddamn streets up. But for this nigga right here, he's crazy. He ain't got good sense. But I wouldn't paint him as a violent motherfucker. He didn't have no warrants at the time of his shooting, like these other motherfuckers.
His phone was a gun and shot multiple times, tragically.
I could totally see them thinking that. So, those skinny cordless phones, you holding that like with two fingers like on the back, hold it to your head, that shit look like you holding a gun to your head. You good.
And Ms. Brown, your family, along with the ACLU, pressed for the release of that 911 recording. Tell us why it was so important.
You know that nigga was holding the phone all fruity and shit. Like, know what I'm saying? He was holding the gun all fucking, like, know what I mean? All feminine and shit, so that shit look crazy. Cop like, yo, what the fuck? They got a goddamn gun? Shoot this son of a bitch. But that's fucked up, though. At least he's still alive, and he can live now and get all that bread and tell all the niggas in the US of A to kiss his motherfucking gay ass. That's what he should do, too. That's exactly what he should do. Tell all the niggas in the whole wide country, kiss his gay ass and shit. You punk bitch motherfuckers. I lived through this shit. Y'all niggas ain't doing shit for me. Exactly. Just like Homeboy said in that movie with my ex and that motherfucker. He said, I can get me a brand new Cadillac, shit with crushed velvet seats in it, and the niggas gonna ask me for a ride. I'm gonna say, nope, wasn't fucking with me, I ain't had no money. Yes. That was my favorite part of the whole movie. Brand new Cadillac, crushed velvet seats. He's gonna ask me for a ride, and I said, nope, wasn't fucking with me when I ain't had no money. Yes.
Important that the public hear what was said that day.
Well, it was just a lot going on, and it just seemed like the story was trying to go in the way of the officer, and I knew otherwise. So I just wanted Isaiah's name to be remembered or known as something better than what they was trying to portray him to be.
And if I may add, we have just asked for full transparency.
What was they portraying him to be? Mm-hmm. That's the question right there. Huh, I should have looked deeper into this.
The entire time. And we've also asked that additional, we'll be filing a formal request that there is additional audio, which between the dispatch and the deputy himself, which has not been released, as well as the transcript of what was being communicated to him in the squad car. So we are calling on the authorities to release that, and we'll be filing a form.
that dispatch is going to get us in trouble.
Requests immediately.
And beyond that, do you have legal plans, Mr. Haynes?
But this time, we're praying for his recovery, of course, number one. And secondly, we will be filing those information requests to get that information. We do understand, a special prosecutor has been...
Seemed like a decent family, though. The lady dressed nice in the interview and shit like that. But lawyer make her do that shit. Lawyer make her do that.
Appointed. And we do understand that she is reviewing the potential of charges against the deputy. Of course, the family is hopeful and expecting that criminal charges be brought against him. And then at that time, we'll monitor the criminal case and also be looking at all available options as well and assisting Isaiah through what we hope will be a successful physical recovery.
And lastly, Ms. Brown, for those of us who've not had a chance to ever know Isaiah, how would you describe him to people who've never had the opportunity to meet him?
Isaiah was the life of the party. He always wanted to have fun. He loves to laugh. He loves music. He loves everyone. He's just a caring person. If you called on Isaiah, he would be there.
And you said do you get the sense that he'll pull through?
Why are you going to ask that girl that shit, man? What the fuck kind of shit is that?
Yeah, that's a really weird question.
This bitch ain't shit. They need to fire that bitch right there. They need to fire her motherfucking ass. And she's supposed to be a professional.
It's like, man, if someone is like possibly going to die, you don't ask that question.
Yeah. That took some goddamn balls right there. No good, bitch.
Yes.
Ms. Brown and Mr. Haynes, we thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
She didn't say, we hope he has a full recovery and no shit. They're like, you think that nigga gonna live? That shit crazy as hell.
Yeah. You don't say that on camera. Is he gonna die? Is he gonna die? Do you know?
That shit crazy, yo. What the fuck wrong with these motherfuckers? I would hear some shit, some other family. See if they got the mom. There's some chick that spit on a cop in Connecticut and shit. She get a lawsuit. She spit on the motherfucking cop. Cop punched her dead in her shit. Punched her dead in her fucking face. White lady, I think she was a white lady. Like she was like white or Puerto Rican. One or two spit on the motherfucking cop.
Well, if she was a white lady, then oh well, she got what she deserved.
Yup. She getting some bread though. We're gonna hit her pockets, yo. We're gonna hit her pockets up with some money. Oh shit, that's the brother. Now, I know that boy no better than that. They didn't send that boy to no press conference with his head. And that shit acceptable, man. That was shit crazy. Like, you know how hard you want to be a nappy-headed nigga and shit in the 1990s? How hard it was to be a nappy-headed nigga in the 90s or like the 80s or some shit? You ain't going to get no job and shit with your head fucking looking crazy like that and shit. Man, ain't nobody, a black motherfucker wouldn't even hire your ass and shit. But now you go to the grocery store, you see all the kids. It's like a fucking, but the niggas ain't combing their motherfucking hair and shit. But that shit like a hairstyle now, and like people don't like look at that shit as anything different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like dreadlocks, you might as well have some nappy ass motherfucking head. Ain't never combed that motherfucker. That shit just the way you got out of bed, like type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might as well have that than have dreadlocks in like late 80s, 90s or some shit. Got dreads? You trying to get a job? That's hell no. That's
yeah. In the 80s, dreadlocks were like drug dealer.
Yup.
You a drug dealer, man.
you do drugs and shit. You got dreadlocks. You smoke drugs, motherfucker. Yup. Yup. That's crazy. Niggas is late to the goddamn. Stop. I want to see the nigga with the nappy ass head. I want to find out who he is. They don't know how to set up their shit. Whatnot. God, man. Look, a bunch of niggas too. Of course they don't. Of course they don't know how to set up nothing. White man would have everybody there on time. If I see one more nigga, shit, look, almost the goddamn halfway through the video, these niggas ain't show up yet. Who the fuck made this video? A news station? I know a news station. Channel 9, WUSA station, motherfucker, Channel 9. That should be a shit.
We want full transparency in this matter. We want
goddamn 13
all information
to take y'all to come
out. And again, this Isaiah Brown was unarmed. It was a cordless phone. He was on that phone with 911. He obeyed all commands. He did everything that he was asked to do. The deputies, on the other hand, made terrible, grave, basic policing errors. They did not wait for backup. They did not properly light the situation with the light bar on the vehicle.
But I don't,
they did.
Brainstorm. Am I right or wrong? That light, that shit can't shine backwards, can it? I know it can shine the side, like, know what I mean, 90 degrees. So the front and then the other side, but I don't think that motherfucker shine the other way around and shit. I don't know. Let me see what she said. I know she's still in here. And she talking about the seeds built not to be comfortable. Oh. Ain't no room, not much. There ain't no room back there. So I drive the cab. I used to get back and clean the car. I'm like, how the fuck niggas sit back here?
Actually, they really don't. They just sit back there. You sit back there, like I said, with your feet on the seat.
Oh, you ain't doing that if you have some handcuffs on you. Cops be like, fuck you, motherfucker, sit straight.
It was just so funny because I was back there with no handcuffs.
Yeah, so they only shine the front. They don't shine behind. Because when he shot that kid, it looked like he was in the front of the vehicle. So he couldn't have put the spotlight behind him. Even if he was in, I mean, he had to be inside the car anyway to turn that shit over to him. It's on the driver's side. Yeah, it's on the driver's side by the window. But it can't shine behind the car. It can only shine like the 90 degrees, like in front. But we used to have them on the cabs. You go like you be somewhere like in the woods and shit, go to somebody's house. You gotta shine that motherfucker and find the address. Way out in the woods, you can't see shit out there. At that spotlight. Because there was old state trooper cars. They still had that chip in them too. So them motherfuckers, you hit the gas, them motherfuckers is out. This Crown Vics ain't got no weight in the back either. You be like, brrr, you be out in the motherfuckers. Hell yeah. I got a ticket for like doing like, I forgot, I was doing 100 and something. I got a ticket. That shit was like $300 fucking something dollars. That motherfucker said, yo, I can take your ass to jail right now. Oh, he said, right, you work. He gave me the ticket. It was out of my way and shit. I was doing some hot shit too. I was doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing. I would have been caught. Oh, I was behind the car. Let's see what these motherfuckers got to say. I want to hear the nigga with the motherfucker.
Not use the spotlight properly, as far as we can tell, and they overreacted to the situation. It likely was because of the communication.
I can fight for this. Like I can fight for this. Like, we heard a 911 call before, like on the other video I did, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he a stupid motherfucker, but the cop was a stupid motherfucker too. I think the stupidness was more on the cop side, like him and the dispatcher. Like they could have, that was something easily avoided, I believe. Because he gave, the nigga was talking stupid, but he was giving her answers. He was giving her all the answers to the shit. Said, make sure you have your hands up and shit, but he probably had his hands up with the motherfucking phone to his ear so he could hear that bitch. Cops say stop, you fucking stop, motherfucker. You don't walk towards the motherfucker.
Error between dispatch and the officer because there had been discussion of a possible gun in the home, which was locked up. Isaiah Brown had made clear a full 90 seconds or more before the deputies arrived on scene that he was unarmed and did not have a weapon. He had removed himself from the home and he was outside walking on the street with this cordless phone. In conclusion, this is an incident that should never have happened.
He lying because he didn't say he did have a gun. He made it unclear whether he had a gun or not. He said he had the gun, and she asked him, "Do you have?" No. She asked him, "Do you have it on you now?" He said, "No." That's right. He said no.
Isaiah Brown should be working today, caring for elderly patients as he did in nursing home and home setting capacities. Instead, his family is here joining us. We're here joined also by the local NAACP chapter, the support of Black Lives Matter and local clergy. The family and the community appreciates their support. At this time, I would like to introduce.
I bet they call that nigga every day and ask for that check coming.
Isaiah Brown's sister, Yolanda, who will make a brief statement. Yolanda Brown.
I want to start off, of course, by saying thank you to all the churches, all the organizations, family, friends, everybody that has reached out.
That's right. Don't you say that goddamn community. Don't you say that goddamn. I know the church helped. The church helped. I know that.
We appreciate that, and we definitely want the prayers to continue to come in.
Shout out Jesus. I feel you.
Everybody asked me how many questions I have. I have many that I would like to have answered. How do we feel? I don't really know how to say how we feel. You know, they want me to label this. I'm not going to label this. Right. You know, as a whole right now, this country is divided. It's not one race. It's a lot of minorities that walk in daily fear. It's a fear that nobody should have to feel.
Right.
We don't have any hate in our heart or prejudice towards anyone. Neither does my brother. The hearts that we have is for everyone. Our hearts go out to the families that understand exactly how we feel, you know, and we've always cared for them, but it ain't like this when they hit home. Again, we just say thank you at this time.
Isaiah Brown's mother, Jennifer Brown.
My concern at this point is just for my son to hopefully come home alive. That's all I have to say right now.
This time we'll take any questions.
Did anyone from the family actually witness this all happen? I mean, the video is so unclear what happened. Did anybody witness it? Say exactly what they saw?
His brother was at home, but did not witness the actual shooting. He has cooperated with the investigating authorities. We're very pleased, of course, that the Virginia State Police has taken over the investigation.
That nigga ain't gonna speak. They're not gonna let him speak. I bet that's him with the red shirt. Tell me that's him with the red shirt.
And the sheriff's office is not investigating themselves, which has happened too many times. We're also pleased that a special prosecutor, Ms. Richardson, has been appointed. He has given a full statement and will cooperate. So you can imagine, because he's a material witness, he'll not be making a statement today, but he's fully cooperating with the investigating authorities.
Did anyone from the Brown family meet this officer when they brought Isaiah home? Was there any interaction?
Yeah, there is some additional information that's come out, just learning about earlier interactions earlier in the evening.
Yo, y'all peep that shit? You see what's going on? You see what's going on? The brother, they're not letting him talk. Maybe they will later. I feel so bad for the mother and stuff. She seemed like a nice lady, and like she said, she doesn't want her son to come home. know what I mean? And you hear from what the sister say. You're not here to be doing no labeling shit and pointing no fingers, bullshit, whatever. We just want this shit to be over with and the truth come out and shit. Motherfuckers get on with their motherfucking lives. And shit. We ain't on that fucking racist shit. White man fucking this and that shit. You can see that. And you can see where the sister picked up the way she speak and present herself to the mother. Not the boogie eating nigga over there. He looked like a Hebrew Israelite. He looked like he down with GMS. Look, for real. Know why I say that? Because black men really just started wearing beards recently, right? And the black man wear a beard, that shit gonna be trimmed the fuck up. You get hung, that's like not having a haircut. Your shit looking all crazy. See guys' head look all crazy and shit. That some niggas that have their head look like that, but they shit be lined up. You don't got no line up. When you in GMS, the law, they teach that the law said not to round the corners of your beard or your head. So we didn't believe in no shape ups. No trimming the beard, none of that. Like if you cut your hair, you cut your hair. You know, you put no razors, you don't put no lines in your hair or nothing. And this nigga probably like, shit, nigga, that nigga gay. The Most High killed that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of funny. Shoot.
But he didn't get that money though. Just like I was talking, what's that? No, I was talking to somebody earlier. I talked to Rod Rack earlier. I was talking about like growing up when I was in the Colt and all the holidays and shit and Christmas. Tahar taught us that we could take the gift if we need it, right? But just don't celebrate that shit. So I'll get a card for Christmas, say $20 or whatever in that motherfucker. I will open that envelope, pull the card out, grab the card by the corner and shake it. And the money fall on the floor. I throw the card in the garbage. I throw the envelope in the garbage and snatch the money up in the phone off the floor and put it in my pocket. I did that until they stopped giving the shit to me. Because I told them I don't celebrate this shit. And I used to be offended when they would give me Christmas gifts. Like if I get a couple dollars for my birthday or whatever, or my for Christmas or whatever, I'd be offended. I don't celebrate this shit. I don't want nothing. That's just crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's what it was. That's what it was. Like good or bad, that's what it was. I'm not fucking with y'all. Fuck your Christmas gift and all that shit. Like, you know what I mean? But if I needed it, I would take it. I would look at it as a gift from Yahweh Shai, from Yahweh. I needed this, like I need some socks or something. And the motherfuckers give me some socks. You know what I'm saying? I need them socks. Now I take them. Curse Christmas.
What's so funny is that that what you're saying makes so much sense. This guy could very well be a Hebrew Israelite.
Yeah. Shoot. You don't give a fuck about that nigga because you heard the way talking to him on the phone. They were arguing. He said, you know what I'm saying? He mad enough that he's stuck at the house with him. He sounded like he didn't want nothing to do with that motherfucker. Like they live totally separate lives. But they both stuck at mama in them house. They can't take care of themselves to leave.
Oh, that's the bad thing, man.
Yeah. So they stuck up in there. And that's a typical GMS head. Live at mama and daddy in them house.
Oh yeah. So when they're doing their thing on the internet, he's the one yelling the loudest in mama's house.
Yup. Got a part-time job and shit. He get Tahar that 10% because the Most High kill him if you don't give that 10%.
Yeah. Tides. Get them tides in, boys. Get them tides in.
He rather get kicked out of the house before he missed that tights. You ever see the GMS kid that got evicted? He was out on the street.
No, I never heard of that. That's crazy though.
Yeah, but he's like a real life transsexual right now.
Oh man, that's
like I guess that's what he probably wanted to do in the first place. I mean, the shit was pressing him or whatever. But now he knows what he want to do. At least he got that. He can do what the fuck he want to do in his life. But
I don't know, but
Yeah, I don't understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But he got evicted and everybody had to leave. Everybody had a place to go. They asked him what he gonna do. Like your mama leaving, your sister leaving, they taking the kids with them, and they asking you, well, what you gonna do, nigga? And he said, I'll go out in the woods. Because Elijah and the prophets, they used to be in the woods all the time. So he take the cult thing in his head, like he gonna go live like the prophets live. So that shit's good for him. It's like it's not good for him, but I'm saying that is to him, it's a good thing. Those things don't mean nothing. Like like the things that of the world, like they say, the things of the world are carnal. So the cares of the world, they don't care about. They don't give a fuck about that shit. And you can navigate through the world. Like you ain't gonna have shit, but you can navigate through the world. If you got the Israelite doctrine in your head, you can go through this whole shit, nigga, nothing, with no problem. Because you waiting on Yahweh Shai for the treasure. So you don't care about the now and shit. You waiting for the after to get your treasure. You know what I mean? So like the worst things of the world and shit, they're not worried about. They sit in the house with no like electricity or nothing like that. They could do that. Like I'm telling you how my boy was in Brooklyn in a house full of Hebrew Israelites with no electricity, no nothing, in there with candlelight, reading scriptures all day, 24/7, squatting in an abandoned house.
Oh
Squatting.
yeah. I know what squatting is. That's crazy.
Some old punk rock shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Punk house. Yeah, that type thing.
That shit used to be. That shit used to go on a lot in New York City back in the day. When I was going to raves and shit, they was having them motherfuckers in abandoned fucking buildings.
Oh, that is kind of cool you mentioned that, but you know,
Yeah,
it's funny that it's just really weird because that whole thing is just crazy.
Yeah, let's see if they let this nigga talk. I want to hear him.
That's part of the reason we were asking.
Look at him. Yo, I bet you this nigga in GMS. I bet I could ask Alon.
I bet he's one of those, you know, Bahasham Yahushua people.
Yeah.
And then we'll be filing Freedom of Information requests to get that audio, as we believe there was even an earlier interaction previously to what was known prior to the breakdown of the vehicle. So we anticipate additional information that will be forthcoming.
And he said there was friction there of some sort?
No, not at all. Not friction. But
that's crazy. They said, was there anybody there or whatever? He raised his hand. Like lawyer looked over his shoulder, like, nigga, you shut the fuck up, motherfucker. He didn't say, well, this is the brother right here and shit. They'd ask them shit.
Some information that Isaiah,
I think chewing gum and everything.
It was a bit depressed. The family had lost a grandmother figure. He was having a difficult situation, bit of mental stress, and he just needed some assistance. It was not a violent situation.
He nodded his head on that.
It was not a situation involving friction. This was a situation where the deputies, in fact, did a good deed by giving him a ride to his home because his vehicle was broken down, and it was just another call for help because they had assisted him the first time, and he didn't know where else to turn. And because of misinformation and failure of communication between dispatch and the road deputies, as we unfortunately have seen several times before.
Yo, he could be slow too. Like, you know what I mean? He could have some kind of thing going on with him too. Maybe, I don't know.
In this country, that's a key piece of communication for the deputies as well. We understand the job that they're doing, and we want them to be safe. As
that nigga gnawing the fuck out of that gum in his mouth.
As Yolanda said, we have no hate in our hearts, and the family does not either. But it's very important that when we're dispatching law enforcement out to a scene like this, that they have the full information. It was a full 90 seconds before that he said he had no gun and he was unarmed. And so clearly the cordless phone should have been identified as just that, the cordless phone. He was on the line with the 911 on the phone. Yes.
What's your understanding about whether there was a second deputy there? I mean, predominantly you're the one deputy, but there seems to be another voice. What do you tell me?
Absolutely, and that's a good point. Thank you for the question. Of course, deputies are riding in their squad car in pairs of twos, and we wish to point out that to our knowledge, only one deputy discharged his firearm.
The other deputy clearly did not perceive, nor should he have perceived, any threat of imminent
The other cop asked, "Where's the gun?" too. He's like, "Where's the gun?"
bodily injury, and therefore he did not discharge his service weapon to the best of our knowledge, which was appropriate. Further indication that the deputy that did shoot Isaiah Brown 10 times acted totally negligently and irresponsibly and overreacted to the scene. As a result of those failures, Isaiah Brown is in intensive care.
You heard the sheriff say on Friday, credited the deputy with saving Isaiah Brown's life. What's your response to that?
I think the family's response was incredulous. I believe that the sheriff will.
Ain't nobody there know what that word means. What incredulous means? Yeah.
Oh, you want to know what that word means? It means it means like one of disbelief.
Oh shit! Goddamn, baby.
Like total shock.
Goddamn. See, you ask the white people what the words is and shit. The motherfuckers know that shit. Y'all got all them niggas there clueless. They would turn around and second this me. They were like,
including our would-be GMS dude, back there. He's like, I don't know, no incredulous.
Incredulous. I can't even pronounce that.
Was reporting to the fact that he performed CPR, as of course he's required and trained to do. But it, is incredible that he would make that statement that he saved his life by rendering CPR after he's the one that shot him 10 times.
I understood you to say Isaiah has a breathing apparatus on. I assume he has not been able to make any comments or sharing information about this report.
That's correct.
So was the deputy specifically told that he was unarmed from the dispatcher when he arrived on scene?
He certainly should have been. We're asking for the audio and any transcripts to be released. It was a full 90 seconds before that Isaiah Brown communicated very clearly to dispatch that he had no weapon and he had no gun. And so there's no reason that the deputy should not have been informed of that. Of course, the dispatch unit is an arm of the sheriff and law enforcement, and they must work in tandem. And so we view those entities collectively as defendants in this case.
What would you say, too? You commented on it a little bit, but I mean, it was 30 seconds from the time this deputy exited his vehicle to the time he fired.
And possibly less, but as soon as he got out of the squad car, he was yelling, "Drop the gun, drop the gun." And so it's clearly that was a failure of communication as he arrived on scene, and he should have been informed. The 911 dispatch would know that this is a landline. Of course, they can tell that in the dispatch center. Is it a cell? Is it a landline? What number? You can hear from the audio very clearly. Raise your hands up. He did exactly as he was told. We can hear Isaiah talking and breathing. And as soon as
But talking to somebody with a landline, that will automatically, the officer should automatically think that nigga in the house. Or at least on the porch. Or on the property, at the least. Like, know what I'm saying? On the property, on the lawn. But in the middle of the road down the street, and you supposed to have a house phone in your hand talking? Nah.
he's instructed to raise his hands up. We don't hear that anymore. So it's very clear that he was obeying commands.
Something wrong with that boy. Something wrong. He nodding his head and shit too much. He decided to got him secluded from the rest of the motherfuckers and shit.
I agree with you that the video is not clear. It's very curious, the position of the body camera. It's basically showing down on the road. We're not alleging that that's intentional, but it certainly is very unfortunate that we do not have better.
Something up with that boy. Something up with that boy. Good. You know what I'm saying? That lady don't look like the type of lady that would have that boy go there like that, like the way he is. You see the dude behind him and stuff with the nice button-up shirt on and stuff. I'm not saying people should be discriminating on, like, you know what I'm saying, what they wear, how they hold their hair and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? But for something like that, that lady, she don't seem like that type. I think she just going through some shit and just didn't feel like fucking with that nigga.
Yeah. She didn't feel like having that discussion. You know, you're gonna be dressing right. You're gonna put on something nice for the TV cameras.
Yep.
He's like, nah, I don't need to. Blah, 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 shah.
Yep. How about Shem? How we gonna get the kill. The Most High gonna kill these devils.
It's like, I ain't wearing that, that man-made cloth. No.
They used to teach too that a suit, wearing a suit, is saying you a slave or some shit. I forgot how that shit went. But with the necktie around your neck, it like symbolized that you a servant and some shit. I forgot.
Yeah.
I can find it on the internet.
Well, anyway, she didn't want to have that discussion with him, so she's like, all right, whatever.
Yep. And I really, some real shit, I really feel sorry for this family. Because they seem like decent people. Beside the weird nigga and shit over there in the corner. But I think something else.
Besides the GMS or IUIC, dude.
Yeah. He got some kind of thing going on with him. Something going on with him. Because his expressions, like he nodding his head. He could be autistic or something. He might be, yo. Because, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, how you chewing the gum and he nodded his head or something, like, you know what I mean? And they asked the question, and he knew he was the person or whatever. He raised his hand, but it's not like it kind of looked like he don't really, like he know what he there, but it's, I don't know, it's something weird, nigga. I don't know. It is something up.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I said IUIC.
You said, I'm standing with IUIC and shit.
Can we hear more about Isaiah, the man, who he is, what his passions are, what he did every day? So the community isn't just seeing him as a victim here; he's a person, and I would love to hear from the family.
Of course, yeah. Yolanda.
Like I said before, we come from a family where we believe in doing whatever we can for anybody. So he was the life of the party. He's known for his smile. He's always there to try to help. He loves children. Anybody knows that if you called on Isaiah, he would be there. He would be there. He is a home health aide, so he's working out in the community, taking care of people. So I mean,
and the women sitting there with their own hair. I think that girl, the sister, I think that might be her own hair. I don't know, but the mother right there, that's her real hair. There ain't no weave right there. She got her motherfucking goddamn Michelle Obama shit popping and shit with the gray addition and shit. Great highlights. Do it, grandma and shit. Or mama and shit. You ain't no damn grandma.
like I said, with all that being said, you know, he has a good heart. He's a good person. And if anybody ever had the opportunity to meet him, they will tell you the same.
Can you tell us how your family is doing and how you're feeling in some of them?
It's a lot to process.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I make fun of these motherfuckers and shit sometimes, like, but I can't really make fun of them. Like, I'm trying to make fun of the nigga in the red shirt, like, trying to fuck with the nigga in the red shirt. But the rest of the family and the situation and shit is sad. Like, I can't bring myself to it because nobody trying to tear up the motherfucking city for them. Know what I'm saying? And they not getting no support. Where Black Lives Matter at? Where's the Virginia Black Lives Matter? Where the fuck they at?
Oh, we all know where they're at. They're at the they're going and getting some new Jordans. They walking out, they coming out the store, you know, the broken glass with them new Jordans.
Yeah. Broken glass everywhere.
Television. They coming out with everything, you know, but you know, they coming out with everything but justice for whoever.
Yup. In the kitchen sink. Yep.
So they're gonna go in there and take everything, clean out the store, and then by the end of it, we're gonna see a repeat because people are gonna end up getting arrested.
Yeah, I want to hear what some white people got to say and shit. Some other white people besides niggas. For real, because the white people be watching me and shit. I need to quit playing. Let me see what the chat said. This Brady so got mad. Shit up in here and shit. Oh shit. Let me read some of this. Oh, so the alley lights on the side of the sides of the light bar. Yeah, they got that on the cop cars out here too. You got the white light and stuff on the side, so light up what's in the side, but they ain't got shit in the back. Maybe they need to work on that shit. Also, 2 solid white lights that shine in the back of the light bar between the strobe. Yes, he could have shown those. Yeah. Dispatcher dropped the ball. Yup. Whole situation was a hot mess. Perfect storm. Yup, absolutely. But like, I find it real strange that nobody. Where's the NAACP? The NAACP is in every goddamn state in America. Sometimes they have more than one representative. They got more than one representative in the state. I know people that members and presidents and shit of the NAACP out here. I know a young girl. She's president of the teen NAACP.
Can you even imagine that? Imagine a much more gangster NAACP, NWA. The NAACP. Like, they wouldn't be playing. They'd walk out. The police do anything. They'd be like, F the police. They would be blasting, F the police. And
I'm saying that shit crazy. That was my hot man. Something wrong with me. Fucking yeah, man. But like the people, they do shit like out here. The NAACP be in everybody business. Like they doing some shit out here now where they trying to do something with the oh shit, rainstorm up there. Hey, Brainstorm.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good. Glad to see you up out of here tonight.
I was like, I was debating on whether I should, but guess what? At least the baby is asleep.
Yup. I know we be acting a fool up out here. Me with my NAACP.
and with that NAACP, I'm out. But I'm just gonna let that be my last statement. So, all right. Good being on your killer. Take care, man. See you next one.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know what? Literally, between that last situation and this one, this is the one that people should be tearing the streets up.
Yeah.
Because the other dude, that was, hazardous, job. He knew what he was getting into when he was doing that bullshit. But this guy, you know what I'm saying? It was just a perfect storm. I was like, okay, what could they have done differently in order for this to not have happened? Well, that dispatcher number one knew that he was talking on a home phone. You know it. That you just know. They know. That they know the difference between a cell phone and they know the difference between a cell phone. Now, if she sent a unit out there, 9 times out of 10, this is what happens. If an officer is on the way to like a disturbance call or whatever, and that dispatcher tells that officer, hey, I'm on the line with them. If they're gonna say like something that's like, oh, I've got a weapon or whatever, that dispatcher is constantly going to be updating that officer in regards to what's going on at the scene. So he knows what he's walking into. You know what I'm saying? So if she would have let him know, evidently she told him he had a weapon, right?
Yep.
She said that he said he was going to kill his brother. So he said that, and she asked him if he had a weapon. He said no. Well, that's something that she should have updated that officer. Keep in mind, he's on his way there. And the only way he can get a good picture of what's going on before he gets there is through the dispatch. So the dispatch at that time should have said, hey, be advised that, the complainant does not have a weapon on him. He is going to be in the street. He has a phone. He's talking to me on the phone. You know what I'm saying? There's things that she should have done in order for that situation not to happen.
Yep.
Big time. So that's in her lap. They're suing the right people. That dispatch for not doing her job, and that officer for not doing his part at that scene.
And I'm glad they booger eating lawyer from Black Boogie Lawyer, like that.
And they got a good one too. I was like, I'm very pleased. I was pleased just listening to him. I'm like, oh yeah, he knows his stuff.
Yeah,
he's gonna get them for everything.
Yep, smiling and everything. He's like, yo, we got this. Don't worry about this, baby girl. We got this.
Yeah, yes. And I was thinking about the lights. I was like, wait a minute, because keep in mind, it's been a while. I've been retired for like 5 years, 5 years, and I was like, okay, wait a minute, lights in the car. Okay, yeah, we have the spotlight, we have the takedown lights in the front, we have the alley lights on the side. Oh man, there is 2 solid lights that's in the back. There is. I'm like, oh yeah, he could have used those. Yep. Lawyer was right.
Yeah, he messed up.
Yeah.
My cousin just made a lieutenant in the police force out here.
Oh, congratulations for him. That's awesome. Always good to see us in the higher ranks.
Yep. And I just seen in his son, I guess he went for the state trooper thing. He didn't pass, but he went for the city thing. He just passed that. So he's gonna become a police officer right with his dad.
Oh, awesome is that. Now, you know what? I'm telling you, I wouldn't want to be a police officer right now.
Yeah, right?
This is the wrong time to have that kind of job. Not to say, I mean, it's a good job. If that's something that you're really, if you're, passionate about it, because I know when I went through the police academy years ago, because I started in 1994. 94 is when I went through the police academy. There were people in my class whose brother was a police officer, whose father, whose grandfather, and you know what I mean? They're keeping the family situation going. But I didn't have that in my family. I was the first. Well, there's a few more in our family now, but I was one of the first in my family to do that.
I started doing that. I wanted to join the military and all that, but then I started getting into a whole lot of stuff like political type stuff, and that shit really changed my mind like a fool. But now
I didn't.
Now that I look back at it, I really regret it.
You know what? It for me, it was like, okay, I went in the military, I was in the Air Force, and as soon as I got out of the Air Force, I was just freaking looking for a job. That was the furthest thing from my mind. I applied for the police department, but I ended up applying also for the prison. So I ended up getting a prison job before I got the police job, and I was going through the hiring. So I only really stayed working at the prison for 4 months before I got on with the police department. And it's a good job. It really is, especially if you're doing something that you're, and you're passionate about, whatever. Like for me, the last 7, 8 years, I dealt with nothing but DWIs. That's all I did. Just DWIs. I worked in intox, the sobriety test, the breath test. That's something I'm passionate about. I don't drink, and I hadn't drank. I've never drunk. Well, I take that back. Back in the military, I think I may have drank a couple of drinks before, but that's just not something but that was years ago. Oh my gosh, that was back in the 90, 93 or whatever. But anyway, if you're doing something that you're passionate about, you know what I mean? And it's not bad as long as you keep your humanity, you know what I'm saying, and not treat everyone like an enemy, you know? Because when I was, you know, out there, especially going through training, they're like, hey, the criminals are turds. Anyone that's not you are turd, basically. That's the word, turd, you know? But my thing is, you know, you have to treat people with kindness and respect and humanity, which is the reason why when I would, you know, I can arrest somebody one day and the next week I see them, hey, Miss Ferguson, hey, how you doing? They waving and stuff. You know what I mean? I'm playing a you know, a good music on while I'm taking them to the jailhouse and they singing and stuff. You know, when you treat them right and they know they're wrong for doing whatever it is that they're doing, they're gonna respect you. But if you treat them like crap, you're gonna what do you expect? You know, you're gonna get that back.
They're gonna go
right.
And that happened. I was arrested once. Something I didn't do. Like, it was a warrant that I had. And it was over something like some traffic thing. I went to court, but they wrote down that I didn't go to court and they put out a warrant, right? And something I forgot, it was a long time ago. I forgot how the thing happened. But the dude, they took me in. I knew the guy that arrested me or whatever. I went to school with him. He acted like he didn't know me. And his partner took me in. And his partner was mad cool, like all the way to the police station. I got in there. I had a half a blunt in my vest. And he checked. I looked out. He checked everything I had: my sneakers, socks, my coat. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna have cords in your vest." Like, you know what I'm saying? He said, "I'll let you wear your vest in the cell, but I gotta cut the cords out of it."
Right. Yeah. So you won't hang yourself. Yep.
So I'm in the cell with half a blunt. I don't even know. I'm like,
oh my God.
But he said, yo, I'm going to let you use the phone. Because, like, I had money in my pocket. It said $50 that I needed. I had all the money. Telling me to take the money when I left the house. So I'm up in there. I just needed $50. I'm calling everybody. Nobody's answering the phone.
Oh, man.
I was in there for about 20 hours, I think, before I got out. 18, 20 hours or something. So the whole shift, he was letting me use the phone. He was like, yo, he's like, you want to go try it again or whatever? He let me out the cell and stuff. So when he said, I'll tell the guys in the next shift. He said, I'm about to go home. So the next shift came in. They looked at me like I was stupid when I was trying to use the phone, ask them to use the phone. They looked at me like
they're like, we don't do that.
Yeah. I was like, shit, all these other niggas up in here to use the phone and be like, school out, basically. The girl looked at me.
You know what?
It is turned her back.
I do that. See, I would do that. I would do that. I would do that. Especially if you know you got a money man or somebody that, well, a money man is someone that's got the money on them that could possibly pay. You know, it's like, so then you'd be in and out. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have no problem with that.
So
I think go ahead.
I had to wait till the next shift come for him to come back in.
Oh my gosh.
Use the phone again. Then finally some motherfucker answered the phone. I was like, you dumbass, I've been calling you all day.
By then they would have time served you anyway. Shoot. Did you pay it?
Yeah, I got out.
Oh wow.
What was even crazier too, I was in while they had the other shift came in, they wasn't letting me out. I started to act like the rest of them. Like, I was cool as a cucumber. I was like, well, at least I gotta get out. This is experience. I get to see what this shit look like. I know like, right? There's people wasn't answering the phone, I was getting nervous. But then when they said I can't use the phone, I turned into an animal. I was in there pacing like a lion in the zoo. Like, you see the lion in the zoo, miserable. Yo, they came food, and I'm a Hebrew Israelite, right? So they came with that sandwich. Oh man, that blowout damn bologna sandwich. I said, give it to the white man next door. I said, I ain't giving it to Israelites. It's, eat no pork on me. Give it to that white man. Like, you know what I mean? White man. You know what I'm saying? I'm mad. All I had was that whack tea. Some old tea, no sugar, no. I was mad as hell, boy. I was mad as hell. What?
Oh, that's so funny.
No, niggas yelling. Oh, look that, we soldiers. No. And I started doing the same thing. Yeah, fuck that shit.
Oh my God. See, if you would have been. That is so funny.
They wouldn't let me do what I wanted to do. I wanted to use a phone. They said no. It was over. Like I was a different person. I was like, look that. I was a different person. Oh, wilding out. I was like, I this now. I understand it. Hell yeah. Let me use the damn phone. Get them out of here.
But the cell you was in, they didn't have one in there. I think normally they would have one that's on the wall that you have to pay. It's like the payphone or not call and collect phone. You know what I mean?
Slab. They had a concrete toilet with a concrete with a little water fountain thing on top of it.
That little button. That little button.
A concrete toilet with a little button over the top of it. You use the top of the toilet as the sink.
Oh my God! Yes.
Blood all over it. There was blood.
Oh my gosh! You are taking me back. Oh my gosh! You're taking me back.
Blood
but you know what?
Like, yo, clean the cells. Like I was like, you shit fucking blood in this motherfucker. Like I was like, oh shit.
But you know what? I'm telling you, the way this is the way I always was the whole time that I was working there. I looked at it like this. I looked at it as whoever I dealt with, whether I did like traffic or whether it's someone that I was, I had anyone that I had to talk to on the phone in an official capacity. I always looked at it as, as if that person, I'm the first officer that they've ever had to deal with. You know what I mean? And I wanted them to see that not all police officers are going to be a butthole. Mm-hmm. We are here for you. We're here to help you. And we're also here to keep, law and order. And you can do that without dehumanizing people. You can do that treating people with kindness and respect. But of course, if they're, acting a different way, if they're trying to hit you or hurt you or harm you, of course I'm going to handle up. But, I never had to do that. I'll take that back. I did. I'll take that back. I once or twice. But the majority of the time, I want to say 95% of the time, the whole time I was on the force, I've had nothing but positive interaction with people, even the people that I've arrested, because I did talk to them and treat them with kindness and respect, regardless of whether they were being arrested for, traffic or whatever. That still doesn't give you the right to talk to people crazy. You know what I mean? That doesn't give you the right. That's not cool, and you're not supposed to do that anyway. And they teach us that in the police academy. But like I was saying before, it all has to do with that one particular, officer's background. What kind of person is he? What kind of character does he have? What kind of upbringing that influences his ethics, his morals, his values? You know what I'm saying? If he doesn't have that, if his foundation is freaking shaky, now you've got a dude or a female that's standing on shaky foundation, and you give that person a gun and a badge, and what do you have? That's a perfect freaking storm. Basically, that's a problem that is just that it's just basically waiting to happen. All you're wondering is when is it gonna go down? You know, I've known many of them like that. Many, and a lot of them, I've known many like that that end up in jail, which still blows my mind. I'm like, dang, I can't believe he got in trouble. Dang, oh man, did you hear such and such, you know, got indicted? And I'm thinking, oh my God, you know, you just don't know. You don't know what people are. And I even worked with one dude that that robbed a bank. It wasn't a bank. It wasn't a bank. I take that back. It was an armored car. An armored car. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Police. Yeah. Yeah. We've had some that stole drugs out the back of their car, thinking that those street folks are really going to get your back. They're gonna throw you under the bus. Hey, boss man, I know one of you dudes, one of your homies, they selling drugs. If you hook me up, I give you his name. I'll let you know who it is. You know, you can't do that. You know, you can't do that. And it's 10 times worse when you're a police officer and you're getting in trouble because you know better.
Yeah.
You know freaking better. You spend months and months and months. I think literally 6 months, just the academy, and then another 3-4 months in field training.
Right.
You know better. You know better. But, you know.
Wow. That is like,
yeah.
Here they got the cops. They be getting busted for steroids. Have a steroid ring going on in the department. They got
what?
Yeah, they doing false arrests and they taking down the whole narcotics chapter. They got what else we doing out here? Driving drunk, committing suicide like crazy.
Oh my goodness. You know, one of the guys I used to work with, and I'm not going to say his name, he ended up sending himself to his maker himself. Him and it was 4 other guys. They were doing this, they were putting each other on each other's ticket. And they were doing like a ticket scheme, you know, like when writing tickets, they'll put another officer on their ticket so they can go to court and get the overtime. And they all got in trouble. It was like 4 of them. And one guy ended up going to the in the garage and he ended up shooting himself in the head.
That's like embezzlement or something, ain't it? That's
crazy. It is really crazy. And would you believe the other day I came across his name in my phone? I still have his phone number in my phone. Crazy.
So they would take like the guy that got the most hours or something, and when they write somebody a ticket, they'll put his name and he go to court.
They would hook each other up. They would hook each other up. Like, say for instance, all right, when you go to court, that's like overtime, right? Especially if it's not during the time where you go, you know, that you go to work. If your court date is on your day off, then you're going in and you're getting overtime, right? So if you have one person say, hey, look, you know, I'm gonna put you on this ticket, they'll put them on the ticket. And man, I'm telling you, I knew something was going down because a lady called, because where I was working, I was taking all the phone calls. And the lady called and said, hey, I want to speak to a supervisor because I was just in court and somebody showed up and said he was my officer, and that was not my officer because I remember the one that stopped me, and he did not look anything like the person. Completely different. The guy that stopped me didn't have hair. This guy had hair. My friend was with me. I'm telling you, this is not right. I want to speak to a supervisor. I'm like, okay. And then I went ahead and trusted with that. I don't know if that was the beginning of all that, the investigation or what. I don't know whether they had already, you know, started investigating those officers. I don't know, but they were putting each other on each other's ticket. And if I say you're a witness on my ticket, you're an officer that, you know, that's a witness on my ticket, then you come in to testify, to be there, right? So if you come in, then you're getting paid too, right?
Wow.
So yeah, so that's what they were doing for each. I think it was like 4 of them that were doing that, and they were doing that each of, and they all ended up getting in trouble.
Listen to this. This is something from out here. It says narcotics team on administrative leave. Last night, the tactical narcotics team called the TNT was put on administrative leave after serving a warrant. They knocked on the door, properly announcing themselves, when a man jumped out of the second-story window to escape, but landed wrong and died as a result. The state police are investigating the body cam support that the teams used proper procedure. Rumor has it that the chief wanted to disband the team, to get more officers on patrol. The same source said that the chief wants to disband high crime patrols in the city to cover personnel shortages. But yeah, they was raiding somebody jumped out the window. They investigated.
Oh wow.
Whole department.
Oh wow.
Whole team is on leave. Administrative leave.
Oh man. See, when you have those squads, sometimes it's really easy to get wrapped up in that life. It's really, really easy.
And they take that job serious, like, know what I mean?
They take it seriously. But you know what? I think that if you are a good officer with good ethics, good moral values, and standard, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You would that would be a position where you can do good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
However, if you have a shaky foundation, it's so easy to get you into doing the wrong stuff.
Yep.
It is so, I mean, literally, like, I think a while ago, I was telling you, well, when you were telling me about that whole squad or whatever, I think it was a few weeks back, I told you, oh yeah, I know one guy, and I thought you was talking about him, the one that was in Houston.
I remember you saying,
and you were like, no, there was another one. Yes, that dude, I knew him very well back in the heyday, my young heyday, because the police station, we have football teams, right? And we play each other. And I was one of the cheer girls for our football team. And he was on the football team. And not just that, he worked, I worked at the station I worked at. He worked in our narcotics there. So I've known him, literally, I knew him from the first time I went to that station. And it was eerie as hell to see his picture on TV. He looked so tired and so dejected, just a mess. And I'm like, I cannot believe he did that. I cannot believe it. It's just hard to believe sometimes. It's just, you don't want to think that someone you know would do that, but you don't. You don't know. People are capable of doing all kinds of stuff.
There was a dude out there, right? He worked for the police department as a dispatcher, and he owned a business, and like it was like in the hood, the business or whatever. But the guy, like, I knew the guy, I seen the guy before and stuff, like, you know what I mean? He looked like a decent dude, like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I guess he had some kind of habit of like what do you call it? Like, I guess gambling and like, you know what I'm saying, tricking and all types of stuff, like whatever. Mm-hmm. It was last year with this lady, and the lady part of her ended up being found. Part of her. Ooh. This man popped her up. Did whatever happened. They got the videos. They got video surveillance with the lady, and them leaving together. The lady found out, like they found her leg and her torso, I think, or they didn't find her or something, right? And they went to go question him. They got something where he was at the casino or whatever, and he came back. He ordered Chinese food, and he was in the house. I guess the Chinese food people came. He in the house, and he killed himself in the house before the cops could come in there and get him.
Oh my gosh!
Yep, chopped the lady up.
Oh my God! It takes a special kind of person, a special kind of crazy to be able to do that.
Yeah. Some
Because
people,
the whole time you're slicing, you know it's wrong.
yeah.
You literally know it's the wrong thing to do.
Yep.
That's great. That's crazy and disgusting.
They do it just like they do an animal, going deer hunting or slaughtering a hog or something.
Oh, that's so gross. Oh my gosh. It literally takes somebody really, really off their rocker to be able to do that to another human.
They had the wood chipper guy out here back in the day. He just got out of prison. He just got out like last year or this year, the beginning of this year.
He put somebody in the wood chipper?
Yup. He put his wife in the wood chipper.
Oh my gosh, it's gross and messy.
Almost got away. Almost got
That
away.
is
He didn't
so
clean
messy.
her. He was smart though. He freezed her. I think he freezed her and put her through there.
He freezed her.
Yup. You got it nice and hard in the freezer and put it through so the thing can chop it up good. But you know, you can't put you put some raw meat up in there, this is gonna bind up in there, just make a mess. That shit ain't gonna fly, because you know, wood chipper, that wood go flying out the other end. Like,
Oh my God. And he got out.
yeah, like
He got out.
This happened in the 80s. He just got out of jail. Wood chipper.
Googling Mosley. That dude should be in forever. Hopefully he won't do that again. I don't know who would want to be his friend. Well, hey, look, I have got to go. Can you hear me? Tim? Hello? Looks like it dropped. Hello, hello. Guess he must have dropped. Wait until he comes back.
All right, I'm back. My bad.
I was like, okay.
Yeah,
Well, I
the wood
have to
chipper
go.
dude. Yup. Oh, yeah,
That's, yeah, that is so disgusting. Oh my God. That is so, the whole wood chipper situation. A minute.
Oh, yeah, that was crazy. I was a little kid, I think.
I remember seeing a Lifetime show about something like that.
It probably
Like
was.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was his own story.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it on what's that network? The ID on ID. It was on ID.
Oh, okay.
That,
It probably did. I'm pretty sure. It was on TV or something. They made some kind of show or like little thing, like movie or something.
That's crazy.
Oh, he just got out of prison. He living in a halfway house. No.
Scary. I wouldn't want to live nowhere near him.
Oh.
You'll wake up and your leg will be in a wood chipper.
Yeah.
Or something.
Oh, Richard. That was his name. That happened in '86.
What Richard? Do you remember what his last name was?
Crafts. Richard Crafts.
Crafts. Craft.
Yep, Richard Crafts. That was his name.
I'm gonna have to look him up because if I'm not mistaken, I think I heard it. It was on ID, an investigative channel. Richard.
Yep, Richard Crafts used a chainsaw to cut up his wife's body and wood chipper to dispose of it. He's out of prison, living in a halfway house. The State Department of Corrections. He's 82 years old now. 82 years old.
Oh, well, hopefully he won't be able to do nothing. Not at 82.
I wonder what she did. That's what I wonder. I know. Freezing her, yo. I could have made up the freezing part, but I don't know. I could have sworn somebody said he freezed up the body first.
Okay, I see it. Richard Crafts, notorious wood chipper murderer, released from prison.
Yep. He cut it up with a chainsaw and used a wood chipper in several areas of Newtown and Southbury. Newtown is where they had the Newtown shooting when they shot them kids up in the school. The boy shot all them kids.
Oh, wow.
He didn't dispose of it in the freezer to prevent authorities from finding any evidence.
Oh, he was a veteran.
She did something.
Wow.
Said piles of wood chips in an envelope bearing the victim's name. Huh?
Oh.
Envelope in the bag or something? They searched near the steel bridge and found among the piles of wood chips an envelope bearing the victim's name, pieces of bone and tissue, and a human fingernail and crowns to the victim's teeth, prosecutors said. He put an envelope in there with her name on it.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. He probably said, well, goodbye. Goodbye. Said, I don't need you no more. Shit.
That's crazy.
Name here. So they didn't know who he is.
I know they did like a show on him.
She did something. He just killed that lady. She did something. Wood chipper.
Maybe she served his meal up cold.
Yep.
One time too many. That's a done deal. I told you. Have my food hot when I get home.
Wow. The first trial. This time. See, but those white people, like where they live at, like they got money. Like they ain't no broke people live out there.
Wow. That's crazy. Kelly Craft. Oh, okay, I see. She's cute. All that kind of stuff.
He was shit. She did something though.
I wonder what happened. But you know what? It says he was a veteran. I wonder if he was in the war. Maybe he was, he had PTSD or something like that.
I got another friend that was in the Marines, and his girlfriend got murdered, got raped and murdered in the house. And he was the first person as a suspect. Because they said, like, Marines were known to kill their wives. Like, it was like a common thing for, like, Marines or something like that, or whatever. Mm-hmm. So they couldn't prove nothing on him. And everybody thought he did it. And, like, people was, like, trying to jump him and hit him with bats and stick dogs and stuff after him and stuff. They come to find out, like, 10, probably 15 years later, with the DNA, they found the guy that actually did the murder.
Oh, really?
Yep. It was like 10, 15 years later. The dude was getting out of prison. And they said, hey, you got to, register with the DNA or something like that. He had to take a swab. took the swab and the thing. They said he had to go to court or something. I guess they was waiting for him when he got out of court. Yup, to bring him right back up in there.
Oh man, that'll learn you.
And left the door. The kid was in the house, was like 3 years old or something like that. Left the kid right there with the girl dying on the floor.
See, it takes a special kind of crazy to be okay with that.
Yup. But a lot of these people, they're immune to that. Like now, like some of these young kids in the hood out, they don't care about nothing. Like none of it. Like,
you have to value human life in order not to do stuff like that. I can't even imagine taking someone's loved one from them. You know, that person is someone's, you know, wife, husband, daughter, son, you know, they have kids. You just can't. It's a part I couldn't do. There's no way. There's no way. It's either it takes a special kind of person to kill someone, and it takes a special kind of person to be able to hurt a child too.
This old man that I know out here, like he was locked up with the wood chipper guy. I should have him on here to tell the story.
Oh my goodness, are you serious? Did he tell you some stories in regards to things that he would say? Did he talk about it?
It had something about him, like with the time. Like this is before he went to trial or something, and he was trying to fight the trial or something. And he was trying to ask people what he should do, fight the trial or like take the plea, because the plea was like something crazy anyway. Like he was gonna die anyway. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
He told me the story, but he was in the store. And this young kid was in there on the phone arguing. Was like, yeah, well, pull up then, pull up. And he in the store getting his numbers, and there's like 5 or 6 other people in the store. These 2 young kids pulled up at this store. One got out with a handgun, the other one got out with AR-15. The kid with the handgun started shooting at the window, but the store just put bulletproof glass in their store windows. They had the big window panes, so the whole front of a window in the door, but it was bulletproof. So he's shooting at the thing. The kid with the AR shoots the gun, I guess, at an angle, and it didn't go through the glass. It ricocheted and hit his buddy in the elbow. You see the kid, and he take off around the other side of the car. You're holding his elbow,
man,
arm off. And the kid takes the AR and just starts shooting inside of the store. And the old man, he got shot. He got shot in the behind. Yep. Got shot in the behind. Everybody ducked. Then they showed the cameras inside. You can see the bullets coming through the store from going through the bulletproof glass. The glass was chasing the bullet. It looked like you had a water hose to spraying the water. That's how the glass is going through. Crazy. He was lucky. But this thing go off again. You still here, right? I'll let you go because you said you had to go. Get some rest and stuff.
Hello?
You hear me? Yeah, you still there?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm here.
I know, because I'll just keep talking.
No, it's okay. Well, it was awesome talking to you. And I'm so glad my sister, like I was telling you, I gave I
That's
shared
cool,
the link with my sister, so she'll probably be listening to you. I said, just listening to this dude, I'm like laughing. I'm dying just listening to y'all. The things that y'all say, y'all are super entertaining. I told my sister, so she'll probably be watching from now on as well.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You have a good night. You take care, okay?
You the same. You the same. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, that was brainstorm. We had a good time. So yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. I see some video popped up. I might go to watch, laugh before I go to bed. Shout out to Rob Rack, yo. Shout out to Rob Rack on the strength, yo. Shout out to Rob Rack. He don't be like, I don't know, he be deleting videos and stuff now. He got like 3 videos up. I like the like 500 he probably had more. But I don't know, yo. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy though. Motherfuckers be bugging, and the people that need the help, that need the support, they don't get that shit. It's just fucked up. So, justice for Isaiah Brown. You know what I'm saying? Fuck Andrew Brown Jr. I'm out. Goddamn witch finding general. You find a witch, I'll burn their asses up.